The sound of blaring police sirens shattered the peaceful morning. Wailing sirens echoed through the streets as several police patrol vehicles sped toward the luxurious mansion of billionaire businessman Chief Mecca Okafor. Residents rushed out of their homes. Shopkeepers abandoned their stalls. Children stopped playing and stared in amazement. Everybody wondered the same thing. What happened? Was there an armed robbery? Did someone attack the billionaire? The convoy of police vehicles screeched to a halt inside the compound. Armed officers jumped down from the vehicles as if they were preparing for a major operation. The officers quickly surrounded the mansion. Moments later, the police commander stepped forward and saluted the billionaire. "Good morning, sir. What can we do for you?" Chief Okafor looked furious. "I can't find my phone." The commander blinked. "Your phone, sir." "Yes, my phone," the billionaire shouted. "I used it before going to bed last night. This morning, it was gone. I want it found before any of you leave this compound." The commander immediately turned to his men. "You heard him. Search everywhere." Within minutes, the mansion became a crime scene. The house manager was summoned. The maids were summoned. The cooks were summoned. The drivers were summoned. The gardeners were summoned. Even the billionaire's wives and children were not spared. Everyone was gathered in the main hall for questioning. The interrogation began. One after another, the workers were questioned. Some were shouted at. Some were threatened. Others were accused outright. The police officers were determined to find the missing phone. "We know one of you took it. Tell us where you hid it. Confess now." Several maids broke down in tears. The house manager repeatedly insisted that nobody had entered the billionaire's room, but the police refused to listen. Chief Okafor himself kept storming into the interrogation room. "Have you found it yet?" "No, sir." "Then keep searching." His anger terrified everyone. His wives tried to calm him down, but he ignored them. Even his children became suspects. The previous night, they had asked him for money. He had refused. Now the police wondered if one of them had taken the phone out of frustration. The children were questioned for hours. The wives were questioned too. Nobody was exempt. Meanwhile, officers searched every corner of the mansion. Beds were overturned. Wardrobes were emptied. Boxes were opened. Drawers were searched. The entire house looked as if a hurricane had passed through it. The security cameras were checked. Hours passed. Nothing. The CCTV footage showed no stranger entering the billionaire's room. No worker had entered either. The mystery deepened. The commander became frustrated. The billionaire became even angrier. As evening approached, the search seemed hopeless. Then suddenly, a shout came from outside. "Sir, sir, over here." Everyone rushed toward the backyard. Under a large mango tree sat the billionaire's pet cat. The cat was happily chewing on a piece of dried suya. Beside it was a small leather bag. The commander's eyes widened. "Wait!" He quickly picked up the bag and opened it. Inside was the missing phone. Silence fell across the compound. Nobody spoke. The billionaire stared at the phone. The police officers stared at the billionaire. The workers stared at the cat. Finally, the commander cleared his throat. "So, the suspect was the cat." Laughter erupted across the compound. The truth quickly became clear. The previous evening, after returning from work, Chief Okafor had bought Suya. Not wanting to carry too many things, he had temporarily placed some pieces of suya inside the pouch containing his phone. While playing with his cat later that night, he unknowingly left the pouch outside. The smell of the suya attracted the cat. The hungry animal dragged the pouch away during the night and hid under the mango tree, where it enjoyed its unexpected feast. The missing phone had never been stolen. No worker had touched it. No family member had taken it. The entire day's drama had been caused by a hungry cat. The billionaire felt ashamed. All day long, innocent people had suffered because of his assumptions. Some workers had cried. Some had been humiliated. Some had feared losing their jobs. Slowly, he turned toward them. For the first time in many years, he bowed his head. I am sorry. The workers looked at one another in shock. I accused you without evidence. I allowed my anger to control me. Please forgive me. The mansion fell silent. Then one of the elderly maids stepped forward. We forgive you, sir. That evening, the billionaire rewarded every worker with a generous bonus and publicly thanked them for their loyalty. As for the cat, it became the most famous animal in the city. For years afterward, people laughed whenever they heard the story of the day an entire police operation was launched to recover a billionaire's missing